Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Spurs Up Show, the best Gamecocks podcast on the internet. Today is Friday, November the 13th, 2020. On today's show, I give my official prediction as South Carolina travels to Oxford. Can the Gamecocks make it 4 straight series wins over the Ole Miss Rebels? Can South Carolina snap out of their funk, this ugly 2-game losing streak they're in? Can the Gamecocks go on the road as double-digit underdogs and get the win against Ole Miss? Guys, I'll lock in my prediction, give you my full breakdown of the game, why I'm giving that prediction, much more. A lot to get into here into a Friday, so sit back, relax, enjoy. It's all brought to you by our friends at Upstate Movers Group. Guys, Upstate Movers Group, superior moving service. They bring care and attention other companies can't offer because they're just too busy maintaining trucks and profiting off of them instead of focusing on service. Guys, service is what separates Upstate Movers Group from the competition. So, by the way, guys, they're not a trucking company. They are a moving services company. They're also employee-owned co-op, which means their movers are paid twice the industry average, and everyone on the crew is just as invested in the success of the project as you are. They have dedicated professional crew members, and they also offer black glove service, which means they offer end-to-end packing services, custom crating and packaging for special items, and cleaning services as well. They are founded by Greenville natives and University of South Carolina alumni, guys, so a Gamecock-owned small business. They offer 20 years of project management and moving experience, and they can offer logistics and solutions that traditional moving companies simply do not have the skills for. Guys, you can find them on social media at Upstate Movers Group, and also check out their website, upstatemoversgroup.com. That's upstatemoversgroup.com for all of your moving needs. Guys, whether you're in the upstate, around the state of South Carolina, we all know moving can be a hell of a process. It's a headache. You have to move all your stuff. You end up losing stuff, breaking stuff. It's a mess. It's a pain. All while you're trying to get all the new place set up. You're trying to get everything moved in. It is just such a pain in the ass. It's such a headache. The next time you have moving needs, let the guys over at Upstate Movers Group take care of you. Like I said, whether you're in the upstate or across the state of South Carolina. And again, like I said, they're also founded by University of South Carolina alumni. We're all about Gamecocks, helping Gamecocks here on this show. So again, that is my friends over at Upstate Movers Group. Be sure to check them out on social media at Upstate Movers Group, and their website as well, upstatemoversgroup.com. That is upstatemoversgroup.com. The show is also brought to you by our friends over at Southern Oaks Remodeling. Guys, Southern Oaks Remodeling, locally and family owned. They offer over 15 years of experience and specialize in roofing, windows, doors, siding, and additions. They're serving the greater Columbia area, guys. They're also on social media, Southern Oaks Remodeling. Very easy to find. You can check out their website as well. They're on Facebook, Instagram, and their website, or give them a call today, 803-899-0284. Guys, again, service is the name of the game. You know, when I partner with brands and I partner with businesses, it's all about the people for me, because I truly do believe people don't invest their money in a business or a brand or a logo. They invest it in people, and people is the difference with Southern Oaks Remodeling. Again, no matter the job you have, roofing, windows, doors, siding, additions, stop putting off that project that you have. It's the holiday season, right? Bring some joy in your life. Why not? Get that remodeling project done today. Again, you know they're going to do a good job. Over 15 years of experience. And again, huge Gamecock fans, by the way. So again, they're on social media, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere you can think of, plus their website. Or you can give them a call today, 803-899-0284. That's 803-899-0284. Finally, the show is brought to you by our friends over at Yardware. Guys, Yardware is a veteran-owned and operating company licensed by the University of South Carolina, selling must-have Carolina yard and wall signs. These signs are made out of 12-gauge laser-cut steel, and they come in both garnet and black. And guys, I tell you what, when I say 12-gauge laser-cut steel, the quality in these things, the quality and the detail is really what stands out in these signs. It's incredible. Football season's in full swing. Christmas is right around the corner, guys. You can get your sign today at yardwaresigns.com. Again, that's yardwaresigns.com. They're also on social media at yardwaresigns. Again, Christmas is right around the corner, guys. We all need to get somebody a gift, whether it's our girlfriend, or maybe you got a boyfriend, you got a husband, wife, kids, family, friends, whatever it is. And you're thinking to yourself, what am I going to get this person? I don't know what to get them. There's so many different things. There's so many different options. This is the perfect gift for any Gamecock fan, and it's a must-have for any Gamecock fan. It's absolutely awesome, an awesome piece, and you can put it anywhere: your yard, your man cave, your office, your studio, living room, bedroom, dining room. I don't care. It's an awesome piece for any Gamecock fan and a must-have for any South Carolina fan. Oh, by the way, guys, Yardware was also founded. I said they're veteran-owned. They're also founded by University of South Carolina alumni. So, again, Gamecocks helping Gamecocks. And, oh, by the way, guys, 10% of proceeds from these sign sales go to charity. So again, you're helping a great cause. You're getting a great gift. You're getting a great piece for your house or wherever you're going to put the thing. It is absolutely awesome. I have mine in my studio. You guys probably see it all the time, and I absolutely love it. So again, check those guys out to get your sign today. It's at Yardware Signs on social media. And check out their website, yardwaresigns.com. That is yardwaresigns.com. Be sure to get yours today and tell them that Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. Let's get it. I'm Chris Phillips, host of the Spurs Up Show. As always, appreciate you all tuning in. Got a packed show here. We're talking South Carolina, Ole Miss. I am locking in my official prediction as the Gamecocks travel to Oxford. The series sits at 8-8. South Carolina has won 3 in a row over the Rebels. Can they make it 4 in a row? And can South Carolina snap out of this ugly, ugly funk that they're in right now and start to salvage something in the 2020 football season? Guys, hope you're all doing well here on a Friday the 13th. Does anybody, I'd be curious to know, does anybody believe in the whole Friday the 13th, unlucky, bad luck, whatever? Does anybody believe in that? Is that a thing for any of you guys? I know it's not for me. I'm just curious. I just thought about that when I said it in the intro. I'm like, November the 13th, Friday the 13th. Here we go. But no, got a packed show, man. Obviously, it's been a fantastic week. I appreciate you guys' love and support. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you've had a great week. Hey, if you're going down to Oxford, safe travels. If you're going to be watching the game here in Columbia, come out to Overtime Bar and Grill. But I hope you've all had a fantastic week. I know we're all, at least for me and the people that are golf fans with me, we've all been enjoying watching the Masters over these past couple of days. I know I'm going to enjoy it going into the weekend. So, yeah, hope you're all doing well. Obviously, a lot to get into here on a Friday. So let's not waste any more time as I lock in my official prediction. South Carolina traveling to Ole Miss. Gamecocks go to Oxford. Can South Carolina turn their season around? Can they really start to salvage something in the 2020 season? Because honestly, this is an obvious statement. The more you lose, the worse it's going to get, right? The more you lose, the worse it's going to get. It's crazy when you look at this series, too. The games have been really, really good. I mean, 2018 was an absolute crazy shootout, which I think we could see something similar tomorrow. You think back to 2009, the Sandstorm game. 2008 was a crazy game for those of you who may have forgotten that. Even 2004, when South Carolina lost at Williams-Brice, was a very interesting game for sure. But, you know, I talked on the show yesterday, and it is sort of crazy when you look at this football game and just, you know, obviously I take in social media and, you know, with what I do and everything, obviously I see the comments on social media. I see what people are saying. And again, it's just wild to me, guys, that most of the conversation going into this game has nothing to do with the football game. It has nothing to do with anything actually on the field Saturday night. You know, all of the talk is still about Will Muschamp, his job status, coaching for his job, who are possible replacements. South Carolina coming in this football game, turmoil. Turmoil is the one word that describes South Carolina football right now. I mean, it's a complete shitstorm. You've got players going at fans. You've got fans chirping back at players. You've got coaches going at players, going at fans. You've got parents of players going at fans. It is all over the place. You know, I talked about this football game and what Ole Miss, we'll talk about what Ole Miss brings to the table. Second in the league in offense, last in the league in defense. And I've preached all season. Listen, at the time I'm recording this, which is late Thursday, we still don't know who the starting quarterback for South Carolina is. And you know, it does matter, but it doesn't to me. Because you're going to have to do the same thing either way. You're going to have to score points, and you're going to have to score them in bunches. You know, I think if you're South Carolina, you're thinking upwards of 38, 40, 42 points is what it's going to take to win this football game. I truly do believe that. Ole Miss is going to get theirs. They're going to get their yards. They're going to score points. No doubt about it. Lane Kiffin's going to have his guys ready to score and score often. But it's just crazy when you take a look at it because they are 2-4 right now with the second best offense in the league, but the worst defense in the league. I mean, they have been atrocious defensively. I think they're giving up 37 points per game. Meanwhile, South Carolina, I was taking a look. You know, it's crazy. The Gamecocks, even with the improvements they've made offensively this year, sit right now, I believe it's 10th in the SEC in offense, averaging 24 points per game. And I believe 11th in defense in year 5 of Will Muschamp. And again, I'm not shying away from the whole Will Muschamp conversation because whether we like it or not, I mean, as much as people want to talk about specifically football and players and matchups, and I certainly want to do that as well, I mean, the biggest storyline in this game revolves around Will Muschamp and his status because, like I said yesterday, his job is in life support mode. The Will Muschamp era at South Carolina is on life support. Like, there's no other way to put it. The most garnet glasses Carolina fan can't spin it that things are going swimmingly right now. There's just no other way to put it, guys. And each game you continue to lose gets you closer and closer and closer to him getting the axe. You know, one thing I've seen also on social media I thought was really interesting, you know, when I released my keys to the game and I talked about South Carolina pulling the road upset against Ole Miss. And there was some commenting going back and forth as far as, you think us beating Ole Miss would be an upset? Us beating a 2-4 team's an upset? Guys, you're a double-digit underdog. I mean, what else would you call it? You're a bigger underdog to Ole Miss than you were to A&M. Believe it or not. So, yeah, what else would you call it? Unfortunately, that's the point the program has gotten to, where I'm saying that South Carolina would upset Ole Miss. And you know, it's funny, when I looked at this game in the preseason, I had it in the toss-up category. It was a game that scared me. I mean, do not get me wrong. It was a game that scared me. On the road in Oxford, first-year head coach in Lane Kiffin, offensive-minded guy. We all know he's an offensive genius. It was one of those, when you looked at the schedule again in the preseason, it was one of those tricky games. You know, it was one of those really tricky games that you felt uneasy about, for me at least. And I've said it many, many times, getting back on the field, I've said it many times this season. And I think you saw it against LSU. I think that's the perfect example. Hell, you saw it against Florida too. And I'd ask you guys, do you think South Carolina is built to win a shootout? Do you think they're built to win a shootout? Do you think they're built to win a game like this 45-42? Hey, look back at the 2018 year, 48-44. Is there any universe you could see this South Carolina team winning this game 48-44? Whether it's Colin Hill under center, whether it's Ryan Helinski, whether it's Luke Doty, guys. Do you think South Carolina is built to win a shootout? I simply pose that question. You know, with the status of Will Muschamp's job and the turmoil that is going on, because again, those guys, I said it yesterday, they all know what's being said. Nick Muse admitted he reads everything. Will Muschamp's on social media. You see J.C. Horn and Israel McQuamu tweeting and chirping people all the time. They all see it. They all see it. I don't know whatever happened to the phrase, don't read your own press clippings, or whatever happened to a social media ban for South Carolina student athletes, but it don't exist. They all see it. They take in every piece of content available. They all know. Everybody knows what's at stake this weekend. I wonder, does that change the game plan at all? Because I think if you're South Carolina and you take a look at the offensive side first, you can't really go away from what you've been doing all season and what's been working for you. I mean, I certainly don't want to see South Carolina abandon the run in any way, shape, or form. You've got to use Kevin Harris. You got to use Deshaun Fenwick. You got to try to establish a running game because, you know, I didn't list this in my keys to the game because at this point it just feels obvious. You got to win time of possession. I mean, you have to play keep away from Ole Miss because Ole Miss, a quick strike offense. They're very explosive. They're very multiple. They do different things. And again, we all know Lane Kiffin's track record, and what they've done this season speaks for itself. How do you limit that? You keep the ball away from them. You take advantage of a really porous run defense. And that's something I haven't talked about nearly enough going into the game this weekend. Ole Miss has been atrocious against the run. They're giving up over 200 yards a game, guys. I think it's 215 yards per game they're giving up on the ground. I mean, you think Kevin Harris and Deshaun Fenwick ought to have a field day now. You would certainly think so. So I don't know how much you can realistically change up the game plan offensively. Like, you need to do your best to shorten this game. And again, what I mean by that is limit the possessions that Ole Miss gets. Because, guys, here's a crazy stat for you. South Carolina has forced 4 punts in the last 3 games. They forced 4 punts in the last 3 ball games. And 2 of them were against A&M. It's a defense that's forced 4 punts in 3 games. That's insane. I don't care who's playing quarterback. That's awful. And Ole Miss, I would say, is arguably probably the best of those games, of these 4 opponents. They're probably the best offense you're going to have seen. The most explosive, the stats at least say that. They're not the most talented team you'll have seen by, no, of course, but I'd say the best offense without a doubt. So I think you have to try to shorten the game and limit the possessions that Ole Miss gets. You have to establish the run. And we can all talk about the running, the quarterbacks and Ryan Helinski and, Ryan Helinski and Colin Hill and Luke Doty. But if you cannot run the football, if you're South Carolina, I mean, what can you do? Because you're not, again, I don't give a damn what defense you're playing. Ole Miss's defense is terrible. You're not built to win a game throwing the ball 40 times. You're just not. You don't have the weapons outside. And now you would think if there's any week for South Carolina to get that figured out in regards to finding other guys on the outside that can make plays for you, this is the week. This is the week to do so. Okay? This is the week to do so. A very porous Ole Miss defense. Can the Gamecocks do it? And then defensively. Again, Ole Miss has been extremely explosive. They've got a great quarterback in Matt Corral. They've got fantastic running backs. Elijah Moore, one of the best wide receivers in the SEC and probably in the country. South Carolina's a defense that has forced 4 punts in the last 3 games, and they've given up over 200 rushing yards. Over 200 rushing yards, might add you, in 3 straight games. That doesn't spell success in this football game. It doesn't spell success in this football game. South Carolina, if they're going to win this game, they're going to have to win it in a shootout. Ole Miss is going to score. Again, one of my keys to the game, bend but don't break. Like I said, Ole Miss is going to get theirs. Can you win in the red zone? Can you limit them to field goals and not touchdowns? Steve Spurrier used to talk about that all the time. Losers kick field goals. If you can limit Ole Miss to field goals, I think you have a chance. I think you have a chance there. If you can't, you have no chance, in my opinion. You're going to have to win those battles in the red zone somehow, some way. Like I said before, I still do think the under is the best play, the under 70.5. I think there will be points scored. And when I look at this game, again, you heard the players on Tuesday. They take a bullet for Will Muschamp. They ride or die with Will Muschamp. And I truly do believe that. It's crazy no matter what's happened in Muschamp's tenure, his lack of success, not winning games, his players love him. They have his back. And so I do think you will see a team that at least early on is going to come out inspired. They're going to come out fired up. They're going to come out ready to play, I fully feel, as far as their energy. Now, I'm not speaking for game plan because we've already seen, I think that was the issue against A&M. Game plan was just atrocious, and it fell apart from there. But I think the guys will come out inspired, ready to go. I think they'll play like a team wanting to save their head coach's job. But at the end of the day, guys, again, you forced 4 punts in the last 3 games. I mean, I think the over-under should be set at 2.5 punts forced in this game. And I'd probably take the under. What's up, guys? Hope you're enjoying the show. You know, when you're running a small business, there are a lot of different tasks and challenges you face. You know, you're wearing all the different hats, you're getting pulled many different directions, and you feel like you don't have enough time in your day. Literally anything that can make your life easier, you're open to it. Guys, if you're growing an e-commerce business, if that is your focus, you need a platform that's focused on growth. That's where my friends over at Klaviyo comes in, and today's show is brought to you by our friends over at Klaviyo. Klaviyo is the ultimate e-commerce marketing platform for online brands of all kinds and all sizes. Whether you're just getting started or you're running a well-known brand, it gives you everything you need to send memorable branded emails, text messages, and more, so you can build strong relationships that keep your customers coming back. Guys, with flexible automations, powerful insights, and super precise targeting, Klaviyo is a faster way to turn great ideas into great customer experiences. That's why it's trusted by more than 40,000 brands like Living Proof, Huckberry, and 8 Sleep. Guys, in fact, an average Klaviyo customers see a 41% increase in overall revenue within 5 months. So Klaviyo scales with you so you never have to switch. They support everything from garage startups to iconic billion-dollar brands. Guys, if you want to learn more about how you can grow your brand with Klaviyo, visit klaviyo.com/grow. That is klaviyo.com/grow to get started with a free trial today. Again, that's klaviyo.com/grow, klaviyo.com/grow. Go check them out and tell them Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. You know, I don't know who's going to be the starting quarterback right now. I don't know if it's Colin Hill. I don't know if it's Ryan Helinski. Hell, I don't know if it's Luke Doty. Ole Miss is pitiful defensively. I want to believe, and I do believe, and I just want to believe that South Carolina will be able to get something going offensively. I think, again, it needs to start with Kevin Harris like it has all season. But, guys, it's year 5 of Will Muschamp, and I'm saying this, and it pains me to say it. I don't trust this defense at all. I think, you know what? I think South Carolina has good players on the defensive side. I truly do believe it. But I think we need to stop trying to convince ourselves this team is something it is not. Flat out. It's not a very good football team. This isn't a good football team. There's a reason you're a 10.5-point underdog at Ole Miss. This isn't a very good team. And it's coached by a very bad football coach. A very incompetent coach on Saturdays. Let me specify there, because I think Will Muschamp knows X's and O's as good as anybody in the game of football. But for whatever reason, on Saturdays, it doesn't click. But again, I don't think we should be trying to convince ourselves and say, oh, well, look at this guy on defense and that guy on defense. Dude, enough. Enough is enough. Stars don't matter. Talent don't matter in that regard. I'm not fooling. I'm not letting my heart trick my eyes and my brain of what I've seen. So I think South Carolina will score. I think they'll come out inspired. I think they'll come out fired up. But at the end of the day, like I've told you guys, South Carolina is not built to win a shootout, and it won't win a shootout in Oxford Saturday night. I've got the Rebels getting the win over South Carolina. I think right now, I think Ole Miss does cover the spread. I think Ole Miss wins this game. Ole Miss 41, South Carolina 27. You know, again, I want to believe the Gamecocks are going to scratch, claw, and fight. I want to believe they're going to show some passion, some energy, some intensity, and fight for their head coach. These guys seem to love him. But again, with all that being said, when we're just talking on the field, on the football field, these two teams going up against each other, I think it's a terrible matchup for USC. I think it's an awful matchup. Again, Ole Miss, fantastic offense. They run the football well. Gamecocks can't stop a damn nosebleed right now. Can't stop a nosebleed, guys. I think it's a horrible matchup. I think Ole Miss will go up and down the field on South Carolina. And again, I think the Gamecocks will do their absolute best to keep up. But I think this game is going to go very similarly to how LSU went. Because I think I think you saw, guys, what it looks like when South Carolina has to try to play keep up. And you just can't do it. South Carolina's just not built to do it. So again, for that reason, I've got the Rebels getting the win over South Carolina, 41-27. I hope I'm wrong. You're going to need to force some turnovers and, like I said, shorten the game and get Kevin Harris going and all that jazz. But just, guys, being realistic, don't let your heart trick your brain and trick your eyes from what we've seen. I think South Carolina fans just need to come to grips. This team, they are who they are. There isn't just going to be all of a sudden just some renaissance of, the Gamecock defense just shut out Ole Miss. Oh, my God, they've turned the corner. They are who they are. And I feel for the players. I know they're putting in the work. I know they want to win. And there's a disconnect, and we all know where it is. Now, what happens after this game with Will Muschamp, his future, his job status, I'm not 100% sure, guys. I really don't know. I think a 14-point loss to Ole Miss should get him fired. I don't think he should be able to get back on the plane to Columbia. But I'm not Bob Caslen. I'm not Ray Tanner. I'm not a booster. I'm not one of those guys making that decision. But again, that is my prediction. Lock it in. Ole Miss 41, South Carolina 27 to drop the Gamecocks to 2-5 on the season. So again, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe South Carolina can surprise us. Maybe the Gamecocks, whoever's playing quarterback, whatever changes they make, maybe they will pay off and the Gamecocks can pull the road upset and, again, begin to start to salvage something in the second half of this 2020 season. So again, guys, that is going to do it all for me, guys. I truly do appreciate you all tuning in. One last thing before we go. Quick reminder, Overtime Bar and Grill this tomorrow, pregame show, 6:30 to 7, kickoff at 7:30, doors open at 11. If you're in the Columbia area, be sure to come out. Also, one last reminder, because we have a ton of sports going on, the Masters, college football, NFL, UFC, all kinds of stuff, guys. If you do want to gamble, be sure to go with my friends over at MyBookie, guys. There's so much to gamble on between the NFL, college football, no shortage of games to watch, thousands of lines available, guys. Either bet the favorites or bet the underdogs. And you can literally bet anything, guys. Spreads, championship futures, player prop bets. You can sign up today at mybookie.ag using promo code Gamecocks to claim a 100% deposit match all the way up to $1,000, guys. It's a win-win. A bonus they're giving away designed to give you a little help and a head start in your winning season. Again, it's promo code Gamecocks over at mybookie.ag. Promo code Gamecocks for you to claim your bonus when you make a deposit. Again, stacked UFC cards, the Masters, college football, NFL, all the major sports and more. Sign up today to begin your winning season exclusively at MyBookie. So again, go use my friends at MyBookie if you are going to gamble on sports this weekend. Guys, thank you so much. Another successful week. I truly, truly do appreciate your love and support and you guys tuning in. Anyone who takes time to listen to the content, share the content, consume the content in any way, tell their friends about the Spurs Up Show, whatever it is, guys. Thank you so much. So again, I got Ole Miss 41, South Carolina 27. That's going to do it all for me, guys. Appreciate you all tuning in. Go Cox, beat Ole Miss, and we'll talk to you on Monday.